Honestly, working for the Rambler, it's been a great experience for me. I've been able to apply what I've learned into the classroom, and treating it like a job, yes, because I mean it is one, but it also prepares you for the real world. Definitely, when because I first came here as a transfer student back in 2014, and I was on I'd heard about the Rambler, but I was like, maybe I'll give it a shot next year. But after talking to Dr. Colley and Dr. Furman, they said no, like the time to do it is now. So join as quick as as soon as you can. You won't regret it. You learn a bunch of different things, and it prepares you for the real world, because that's the stuff that you're doing at the Rambler, the writing that you're doing, coming up with your own story ideas, writing for a particular beat, writing on deadline, all that stuff is going to prepare you for the real world. And this is the kind of stuff that people that are looking for, that are looking to hire. This is the kind of stuff that they're looking for. So definitely take advantage of it. I definitely, one thing I think my biggest regret is kind of not seeing us do more digital things, more multimedia. Going to TIPA, going to some of these other conferences that I've been to, some of the schools that have won awards, they're a lot more multimedia and digitally focused. That's kind of one thing I want to see, because I mean I've seen some of the people, even some of the returning staffers are extremely talented, and some of the people I've seen around campus, they're really talented, and I can't wait to see what they have in store.
Thank you, Mike.
Got you.
Well, everything we do in life is controlled by, to some extent or another, laws, regulations, rules that we have to live by. And so the focus of this class with mass communications, law, and ethics has always been the laws and regulations that relate to any type of communications and the degree plans that students here have, like journalism, different maybe radio, television, film, photography, any type of communications in any medium that might occur in. It used to always just be print media, and then you have TV and radio, but then now we also have the internet and all kinds of electronic and wireless and digital communications as well. And so the laws that we talk about in this class and the ethics related to those legal rules are important to know, because as students and then later adults out working in the world, you need to know what laws and regulations apply to what you're doing, and where your legal limits are, and how to keep yourself from getting into trouble, like breaking laws and rules and regulations that apply to what you're doing in your job, as well as to protect you and to protect some of your rights. Like we talk about copyright law and how it applies, and who owns the work, and what rights you have under a copyright. So that actually helps you understand better, hopefully you as a student, understand better what your rights are and how to protect your own rights, and how to then profit from your own creations and works that you have. Teaching here has been fun. This is my second semester, second year here, but the second semester I've taught this class, since it's only offered in the spring. And last year was my first year teaching it, and there were 25 students in the class, and it was a big class. And that was fun, but it was less personal. Like I didn't have as much interaction with each student. And this semester, since we've only got 8 students in the class, it's been a lot easier and more fun for me, because it's easier to talk to you guys during class. And I think you guys might even feel a little more free to bring up questions or topics that you might not have felt more comfortable or felt comfortable bringing up in front of a larger group. So I hope that that's worked, but I've really enjoyed it, and I have enjoyed some of the other professors.
During my time here, the Ramber Media Group as a whole and the Rambler as a newspaper has undergone considerable change. At the beginning of this, during my time here, the Ramber Media Group as a whole and the Rambler as a newspaper has undergone considerable change. At the beginning of this year, we moved to a brand new office space. A lot of our students put in a lot of work to thoroughly redesign the paper and redesign the website. And Rambler TV has also grown tremendously. Now we have regular bi-weekly programs. And next semester, our sports show is supposed to be moving to a weekly schedule, so that'll be fun. But I think that with a smaller, smarter university that we have, getting students involved in student media is a big way to help students feel more connected to the university and to help the university as a whole feel more connected. And I think that a publication like the Rambler that has lasted as long as it has, you know, we must be doing something right. There must be something that we're doing that is speaking to the students and to the university population as a whole. Well, I think what I really like most is just the opportunity to be able to work with and to get to know students on a very different level than you would get in the classroom, just as a teacher-student interaction. Working with Ramber Media students is more of, it's like we're colleagues. We're more equals. It's everything is student run. As advisors, we're there to kind of maybe guide, maybe point some things in one direction or another. But for a lot of the stories that we do and a lot of the stuff that we do is student driven, which is as it should be, because it gets you guys the experience that you need.
Next award, the Outstanding Student in Mass Communication. This year is awarded to Brianna